are listening to Digital Denizens.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Digital Denizens podcast. I just want to talk about our new series. This is the Content Creation Corner. This is where we live to discuss and interrogate all things with people in the ever-expansive gaming realm. Today is April 2nd, episode 4, and I am your host, Keith Whalen, aka The Gamer Stash. And alongside me, I am joined by none other than VR Forward's own Loco and Jano.
Oh,
How the hell are you guys?
I live on internet, mama. I made it.
Dude, it's so great to have you guys on. We've all been looking forward to doing this for a while now. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So, we have an exciting episode ahead of us today. And we'll get into who these guys are, what they do, and what keeps them pushing forward. Who are you guys?
I don't know. Who are we? I don't know
who I am either. No. You know, I'm just a robot.
This is just a waste of time. So we don't know who we are.
Time will reveal who these guys are.
It will be like an hour and a half or whatever time we take. Oh no, I don't. I'm trying to find out who am I. Oh my god.
Hunter's gonna have an identity crisis.
Yeah, I'm having one right now.
You're gonna be like Bella whenever she can't decide like what clothes she wants to put on.
Is my name Loco? Oh no, that's yours. Oh no, who am I
then? Before we get into the nitty gritty, guys, I just want to say this series, if you guys aren't familiar with it, this series we're reaching out to streamers, YouTubers, podcasters, prop game merch creators, artists, indie devs, you name it, anybody within the gaming space. That we can kind of bring onto the podcast and help get recognized, connect them with others to help them get started if they're looking to do something similar or improve what they're currently doing. This is so we can interview people who are experienced in the industry that can help those that are interested. Maybe get some insight on how to get started on their projects. Personally, we all know how difficult it can be to kind of start some of these passion projects. So why not get some help to do it, or collaborate with some people to get that done? The only way we can do it is together. If you're interested, message me on Instagram at digital_denizens and let me know if you want to come on to the talk on the show, and talk about what you're doing and what keeps you going through it. Or if you want to just ask any questions, get a shout out, hit me up on social media. And I think you can also find me on Facebook at Digital Denizens as well. And I would also like to highlight, these are also on YouTube, so we'll put links down below for if you're watching, for the people that we're interviewing or that are on the podcast. But I would also like to highlight that we're in collaboration with the banner of New Game Plus Network. So let us know if you want to get an invite to the Discord. New Game Plus Network is the company that I'm working with, where we're kind of bringing all of these projects together in unison and kind of helping all these people get collaborated and have fun. So you can find us on Instagram at New Game Plus Network. And so yeah. Now, without further ado, let's get into the nitty gritty with VR Forward. So on the top, we got Loco. On the bottom, we have Jano.
Hello.
Hi, Jano.
Hello.
Oh, I'm just gonna pat your head.
Ow! Hey, stop it!
Slow down there. Getting a little aggressive with the petting, okay?
Ow! Hey, what?
The abuse. I'm calling Adult Protective Services on this guy.
Adult Protective Services.
Sir, you up there? Please stop hitting in my fucking head.
Keep it down up.
It's fun.
All right, Loco, let's first off, let's start about who are you? What is it that you do?
So, my name's Loco, and I do talk shows. Sometimes I help out at King of Comedy, which is one of Oswald's events. I should say what event my talk show is. I do Loco's Talking Hour on AltSpace. Is my talk show that I do every other Friday. Time days will be changed on that. We probably won't do it Fridays anymore. We'll probably do it sometime earlier in the week, so it's better scheduling.
Yeah.
And then I do King and Comedy. I help out at King and Comedy by taking answers. And what other events did I cannot remember. It's like I read the events before and I'm like, oh, those are the events I do. And then whenever you ask that, I completely blank on it.
That's usually how it works. I mean, honestly, that's
why
just true
we have
nature.
a pretty useful
I know what
app.
else I do now. So I of course announce Oswin and the lovely Hano coming out to their concerts as well.
That's awesome. That's super cool.
That's why we have a pretty useful app called Notepad, to write down all
You create a document, you write down notes, and then you read off of it so you don't forget what's going on in your brain.
Which, by the way, I didn't do that. So, but anyway,
See, I'm not the only one that forgot.
He preaches but doesn't follow his own advice.
Yes.
Understandable. Totally understandable.
I
Sorry,
was like,
guy,
do
I
this,
stopped.
and yet he doesn't
Right.
do it.
All right, Hano, what is it that you do, man?
well, this is going to be pretty easy actually, because nowadays I only do Hano Live, and I do a lot of moderation, on the events, but mainly as a main attraction, kinda. We have Hano Live every other Monday. We kind of alternate Mondays with Oswin. But yeah, I do a lot of mod during the week, and I try to help in any way these guys needs. And I used to host also the coffee shop open mic.
I forgot about that event. I knew I forgot one event.
But and I mean, unfortunately, because of personal stuff that it's going on here on Sundays, I'm no longer available to host. So that sucks. But anyway,
I do miss you, Hano. I do miss you.
I know you do.
Station
I
Night
know you
Coffee
do.
House.
I know you do. There's not better to do it than I mean. Don't get me wrong, but we are the best to it.
That's right.
Best hosting to it. It's us.
So I know we had Oswin and Bella on the last episode, but what's your rendition of like how the name VR Forward came to be?
You wanna start?
Well, actually, I wasn't here when you
Wow.
Oh, Hano. Okay.
when
Hano,
you decided the name. I got in when we already had
the name VR Forward mean to you then?
What the name? All right. Well, what it means to me, I think it represents what I'm doing right now. What I'm doing right now in VR, and everything that we've been thinking about this past. I don't know how long have we been working together, even counting the previous company. 5 months, 4 months, maybe 4 months. I think
said it was about 4 or 5 months.
About 4 or 5 months. But ever since we began, we always looked to the future. We didn't, and of course, when we started as VR Forward, we also wanted to look at like, okay, this is our highway, this is our way.
Yeah.
So this is, I mean, we look forward to keep to keep growing, to keep making our events grow bigger and grow even better when it comes to quality. We always looking forward to to new people on the company, looking forward to be open to new cultures, new voices. We're always looking forward. So that's what it means to me, at least. It's looking forward. Always go, and never stop.
That's awesome. What about you, Loco?
So I was there for whenever the name VR Forward came together. But my rendition of the name VR Forward, I think what it means to me is like we do events in VR to show people like how much VR sometimes can actually bring more people together underneath like one social app like AltSpace, VR chat, Rec Room, any other ones you want to do events in or just hang out, and it brings like a community together from far as like Hano, Argentina, and we're all in the US. So it's like VR Forward is like trying to push like the forward momentum of VR
Yeah.
to show like, hey, this is one way you can also communicate with people as well as meet new people from other countries or different cultures,
Yeah,
what they
that's
do
awesome.
and stuff.
That just kind of brought me a question to the front of my mind was like, none of you guys have ever met in person, correct?
No.
You guys
Nope.
all met through either AltSpaceVR or Instagram or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty cool.
So,
It reminds me of like
Fortunately, we did. I mean, unfortunately, we did.
unfortunately, we haven't met yet, but hopefully sometime we can have like a VR Forward meetup. And
Yeah.
it kind of
When-
reminds me. Do you
when
guys
COVID chills.
know? Do
yes,
you guys know the band Postal Service?
no,
No, I don't.
Have you guys heard of Death Cab for Cutie?
no.
No?
Nope.
They've been around for a long time. The singer from Death Cab for Cutie went off and started a band called Postal Service. And I think literally the way they created their albums was by, I think, mailing all of their like zip drives between the mail and compiling all of the songs together. None of them ever met in person, like during the
Ooh,
projects and everything. It was really cool to see that like a band put all this stuff together just from nothing, like from just meeting each other and having the same passions and everything. So I think, that's just really interesting. And that's kind of a little bit of how I started with New Game Plus Network. We all met on Instagram just by happenstance. And then it was like we all became like this really close growing family. We all want the same things, but in different ways, but we're all able to help each other out and push each other forward in some fashion or another. And I think that's what we need, and I think the main reason why I wanted to start that was because it's so, like I said, it's so difficult to start a project if you're on your own and you can't find anybody to help or that has the same passion as you do to do the same thing. It's so much easier when you can like collaborate with people, and especially right now with COVID, I mean, we can't really meet up. So the best way to do that is to use all of our resources within the internet, social media, and all that kind of stuff to meet these people that have similar passions, and you can do it just the same way. Like, going back to the St. Patrick's Day bash, I was like blown away by that. Was so much fun, dude. I had a couple drinks and I was like, I totally forgot that I was even like that I was
In
not
VR.
there. That I was in VR. I was literally like,
I
yeah.
got to dress up as like a little leprechaun.
yeah.
And
I'm
we even
still
took
wearing-
like
I'm still
we
wearing
took a
green.
picture, Hano. We
He's still
took a
wearing
picture.
green. He still
we
thinks
wore
it's St.
all wore
Patrick's Day.
green. And then we took a picture. There's a picture of me on AltSpace that I think
Mhm.
Bella took, and it's of me like I recentered myself inside of the pot of gold, and then it's
so that-
just me like looking up like this at Bella taking the picture, and it's just
It's beautiful.
looking like a leprechaun. Like, don't
Yeah.
take my gold, please. I'm just a wee little leprechaun.
I'm just a wee little leprechaun. Don't take me gold.
Yeah, well,
Gold.
But I was gonna
what
say-
I think, what I think about that, it's pretty interesting because it's unbelievable how. Well, you mentioned right now the COVID situation that we've been living since last year. That it was terrible, and it still is terrible.
Yeah, right.
And we still suffering the consequences. We still can't hang out with friends in real life, or at least not that much. But it's incredible how at the same time it kind of resulted in some kind of blessing, because otherwise I probably wouldn't be in VR the way I am nowadays, and I wouldn't be in a VR company the way I am right now. And it's unbelievable how life has this kind of twists and turns every day, and at the same time I mean, I think it's kind of a blessing, and I think it's kind of for the chosen ones. What do I mean with chosen ones? I mean the ones that actually always work hard every day of their lives to do something about it and trying to make a difference. And I think that's and those people, even in the strangest situations, end up meeting the right people.
That's
and
right. Yeah.
and that's the way I felt. I felt on March last year, I felt totally screwed. My podcast was dying because I couldn't go to fucking cinemas. My band stopped playing because live shows stopped, and I was on a radio. The radio shut down their doors, and it was like everything that I loved doing, it was gone. And I was like, of course, I felt really bad for months, but then I was like, okay, no, you're not like this. You always go for the gap. You always work for it. Go look for something else. Look for something new. That's when I met AltSpaceVR, and throughout that way, I met all these wonderful people that I know nowadays, and that actually I work with nowadays. So
that's amazing, man.
It's amazing. It's amazing. In the worst year of the fucking humanity, of the fucking lifetime, I end up being so fucking blessed, and so and I can't be happier than this. I can't.
No, man. I totally feel your sentiment, and that's just like it's amazing. You're right. Out of something as like the worst, shittiest year, we get something so amazing out of it, that can change our lives. So that I'm so happy for you guys.
Don't cry.
I wasn't gonna cry.
You need a tissue?
You're speechless. I
think I might.
Hano, do you have tissues near you? Because I don't have tissues near me. Hano literally went to leave to go grab tissue.
Yes.
Hano, you have tissue. You have toilet paper next to your bed.
That's toilet paper. Yeah. Sorry. Here we go.
Oh, that works.
There you go.
Thank you. No
problem.
Somehow it came
don't
out
ask.
of
Just
what's
don't
happening?
ask.
What are you trying to tell me?
Don't ask.
Oh man, no, that's super amazing though. Okay, so how did you guys fall into VR?
So
it's a tough question. No.
Yeah. So how I fell into VR is I used to watch a lot of VR type stuff on YouTube, and I was like, I saw like the Rift S, and all that, and I was like, I wish I had the money to get this. I wish I had money for a gaming PC. Like, I want to go into VR chat and have a lot of fun. Like, seeing all these people like laughing, making friends, and all that. Now, I was this is whenever I was out of high school, and like after high school, this is like deep loco now talking.
All right, here we go.
After high school, all the friends that I thought were my friends in high school just never really talk to me anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even get a hello after 2 years
Mm-hmm.
of being out of high school. I don't get a hello or anything. So it's like I watched all these videos on YouTube about VR and stuff, and lo and behold, my brother marches in with a Quest, and he's like, "This is mine." Okay, you had to ask to play it, and I'm like, "Okay." So he's like playing it and stuff, and I'm like, "Can I play it?" And he's like, "Sure." And then I get so addicted to it. It's always sitting in the living room, or it was always sitting in the living room. And I always did events in AltSpace and helping out, being a friendly person and stuff.
And that was the last day his brother used the Quest.
Yeah.
He hasn't touched the Quest since I like have been playing it. Well,
oh my god, it's true.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my god, seriously?
He asked to play. He asked to play it, but I'm like, you gave it to me.
Oh
but then, so after after that, my Quest 1 sadly broke. And like we had to send it off. So I was without it for about 3 months because this is whenever it was like they were during December, actually. It was during December where it was like Christmas, so they were all shipped out to stores and stuff. And then so we got another one back with the Vader Immortal bundle, which I'm happy about. That game was awesome.
Yeah, they were awesome. Yeah.
And we got that. Well, then I played it for a couple months. He's just like, you know what? It's all yours. Just whenever I ask to play, can I play it? I'm like, yeah, sure, whenever. So a few months go by. My Quest 1 breaks again.
Oh my!
This time. No, it's
Oh.
not. I was rough with it. It's because they were cheap. The Quest 1 was like,
Yeah, I've heard that about the Quest 1. I mean, even I had the Rift S before I got my Valve Index, and the Rift S controllers I think are the same ones that are with the Quest 1, and the controllers were kind of like chintzy. They were kind of like they weren't super well made, I don't think.
yeah. And on this one, the pivot point where you can like lean it up and lean it down.
Oh, yeah.
That part snapped off, so we actually tied a piece of ribbon all the way around it. That's what's holding. I still have my Quest 1, and it's like tied up with ribbon and just sitting there, so like people can use it to play on it. My brother has his own account on there. My
Nice.
sister gets on it to hang out with me on AltSpace sometimes. She did it one time, and that's it. But hopefully to get her in more.
Yeah.
And then I got the Quest 2 for Christmas or my birthday actually. Yeah, was it? It was Christmas, I believe, for last December. And then, yeah, that's my story of how I got into VR.
That's awesome, man. I love
That's
it.
so great.
That's a
so
beautiful
great.
story. What about you, Hannah?
Well, in my case, I've been a VR enthusiast ever since I heard not only about the Rift, but ever since I saw the developer kit, like the DK. It was like
the DK1.
it was so. I mean, it was as big as a tablet
Yeah.
in front of the. I mean, it was like this
The thing was
big.
huge. Yeah, it was like
huge.
had that huge boxy front on it. I remember that.
I remember. I think I was watching. I think it was Jacksepticeye. I think it was. And when he took it off, they got these cases where they received the headset.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was
like the whole kit was in that. Yep.
And when this guy put it on, it was like, oh man! I mean, I was blown away. I mean, I never thought I were going to live an era where VR was going to be actually like a reality. It was like, wow. I mean, it was like, wow, I need one of those. But I'm from Argentina. We're South Americans. Those things never arrive here. God damn it. You know?
Yeah. Right.
But then, ever since Facebook bought Oculus, VR started to be like, of course, a niche talk, but it started to be like some kind of talk here in Argentina. Like,
Yeah.
there's this technology, this niche technology called VR. Some companies, actually, the company where I work, they had like, I think they had the HTC Vive.
Okay.
Like what? And they had like they bought one of the first models, and they started developing things on the company,
Really?
things for they started developing things like, you know, some simulations for some companies that they work at construction or stuff like that, and prepared some demos of the places where some clients needed to show to the people. And I was like, damn, this is so cool.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I need one of these. And I can't believe the technology is in Argentina. Oh fuck! But then again, money.
Right. Yeah, and every
Uh,
country is different too. Like, in terms of how much they charge for them, like the exchange
Exactly.
rates and all that kind of stuff really changes it.
And
Mhm.
because it is a niche technology, it's
Mhm.
like they always see a gap to charge like
Oh yes,
ridiculous amounts of
astronomical amount.
money, and it's like this is making no sense. But then COVID struck like all of this was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, more or
Mhm.
less. So I've been watching all VR's growth through YouTube only.
Yeah.
And last year, COVID struck, and I was like, God damn it. But something surprising, it was like, okay, I'm not doing anything. I'm actually saving money. Oh my
Right.
God. I'm not wasting money just because. Wow.
Mhm.
Before I knew it, I was like, wait a minute. And through all of this, I was in AltSpace already, but in 2D. My
Okay.
I
first
remember that.
my
You
first few
Wow.
for
months
the
in
longest
AltSpace,
time.
yeah. I mean, I entered AltSpace in July, and I got my quest like month and a half later because I was like, okay, I can't be like this anymore. I need hands. I need to
Yeah.
actually be in those places because I was blown away about the community, about the places, about the worlds that I was visiting. But I was watching all of that on a fucking square. I
Yeah.
actually wanted to be there. And I said, okay, how much money I got? All right. Okay, this is going,
Hano, open
this is
wallet.
going for, this is going
Yeah.
for taxes.
Oh,
All
heck yeah.
right. Oh, this is the peak of the savings. All right. Here's some more money. All right. Give me my quest. Come on. Bring me my
Yes.
Hano,
quest.
Hano just brings the
Shut
quest
up and take my money.
Give me
Shut up and take my
Give
money.
me my quest. God damn it. All right. But
what a fun.
and once it arrived, once my quest arrived, 1 week later, quest 2 gets announced, and I wanted to kill myself.
Oh, yeah, I
That
know.
was
It happened
unlucky.
so fast. I
That
don't
was
think
unlucky.
anybody quite really anticipated
No,
Oh, no.
no,
how quick that
no.
was actually coming out.
Yeah.
I think you did get the quest too.
Yes, but yeah, that happened. Technically, I won it, and I won it fair and square.
That's
But
awesome.
okay. But yeah, but the shipping taxes were so expensive that they actually gave me the money, and I was like, okay.
Wow.
I mean, so but it's money that came really handy. I'm saving a lot, and having into account that the change in the currency change.
The exchange, yeah.
It's so fucking $1 here in Argentina is so fucking expensive. Receiving $400, it was like, oh, okay, this is really handy. Get over
This is
here.
a lot of
Come on.
money.
This is a lot of Argentinian money. Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Hano felt like he was a rich person when he received
Yes.
that money.
That's
Right.
fun.
I mean, and that's until you change it to actual US dollars and you realize how poor you are here in
Uh-huh.
Argentina.
So how much? Just real quick, how much is it in American money converted from like Argentinian money? So like, how much would you have to spend?
Well, here in Argentina, $1, it is 150 pesos, more or less.
Oh,
Depends
okay.
on depends on where you buying it, because if you buy it from the bank, it actually it's more expensive. It's like what? But if you go to caves, like go illegally,
Mhm.
you can get the money like 150 pesos.
Okay.
The Argentinian regular salary goes between 20,000 Argentinian pesos. I think that makes it like around three $300. That's our salary. That's so sad. It's so
A
low.
week?
300
A month.
USD
Oh,
a month.
what?
Month.
Oh my
month.
god, dude.
How do you live on that? I'm just really curious.
Well, and fortunately, my salary is not 20,000 pesos a month.
Oh, okay.
It's,
Oh.
more than- it's
That's
a
good.
little bit more. Not much more, but it's a bit more.
Damn.
That's so good, though.
It's
Yeah.
like, whew, and I still live with my parents. That also helps.
Hey, man.
That also helps me. in
That
my
Well,
also
I
helps.
mean, that explains it. If you're not making a lot of money, I mean, how are you supposed to live on your own? But I think that's also culturally, I think it's different in other countries too, because I think it's more acceptable to be like, living with your parents and stuff
I
like
don't
that
know if
because
it's
you're.
because of the
No?
culture here. It's because of the money and the.
We don't like being around our parents all that much. It's because we
don't
have
like
to.
it here. We have to because we can't afford ourselves,
Yeah.
But
I mean, I love my parents, but still, we spend
Exactly.
way too much time together.
I want my own place now.
So when I bought the Quest, I paid for them. The cheapest I got, it was 80,000 Argentinian pesos.
Wow, holy shit.
Yeah. I spent it 8,000 Argentinian bucks. It's a lot of money.
Wow.
But I was saving for it, and fortunately, thank God, thanks to all donators. By the way, if you're watching me right now, thank you. I love you. Thank you for paying my Quest.
That's amazing.
Because I made that money back like in 2 months
That's
because
amazing.
of only with donations. So it was like, wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I love VR.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, and I think it's only getting better from here on.
Of course, the thing that helps also, of course, it's that the US dollar is so expensive here in Argentina that only donating $5, you're already making my day.
That's amazing, man. That is super cool.
Yeah,
Man,
super
that's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. I think all right, we're about at like 30 minutes right now, so let's see if we can rapid fire some of these questions.
We are chit chatters, so it's like, oh, you got yourself into a wolf's mouth.
I know.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right.
We are the talkers of the group.
I am too, so I feel your sentiment.
Our podcast got to be like 3 hours long when we talked about Avengers Endgame. So it was as much long as the actual movie. It was
That's
unbelievable.
That's amazing.
Long, Hano. Too
Yeah, man.
long.
I know.
So let's see. So Loco, you said you do the Kings of Comedy a little. You help out with that, right?
I help out with King of Comedy. King or Queen.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of queens lately.
Yes, a lot of
Nice.
queens lately.
That's awesome.
I also host Open Mic at the Coffee House. That's one event I forgot to say. I host that with
That's
Hano whenever he's able to do it. But if not, I usually host it with Brenton or Oswin, whichever one of them is available.
Coffee
at the
shop
time.
always in my heart.
Yes.
Always.
That's awesome.
Always. And then I do my talking hour, which is my baby.
So what is the talking hour essentially?
So Loco's talking hour is basically me being the host and the name Loco. I bring on guests every other week. And I have my two co-hosts, which currently right now it is down to one and Hano is my co-host, of course, for that. And basically what it is I have like an interview with the guests that I have, as well as the audience can as well ask questions if they click the raise hand button, which is a feature in AltSpace where it's in the lower right hand corner, and if it's lit up blue, that means like, hey, you're on my list, and that means you can ask our
It
guest.
puts it into like a queue essentially, right?
It puts it into a queue.
That's
So
cool.
it's like you can ask us questions, you can ask the guest questions, whatever you feel like. It can be as random as one of Moira's favorite questions: GIF or GIF? No, it can be as random as that.
Oh my god, that's great.
Oh, Moira is going to be
Uh.
so ashamed of that.
Oh, you don't get to
Nah,
answer that yet, Keith. Yet.
Ah!
So yeah, it's basically you can do that, as well as I have a segment sometimes whenever I have one that I think like is going to be really good for the audience, or like audience participation as well as the guest
That's
that I
cool.
have segment.
So
as
what
well.
kind of people do you bring on to do interviews with?
I bring on just about anyone, like content creators. I've had
Okay.
whenever I was with a different company, not VR Forward, but another company that I was with called We Are Improv VR.
Mm-hmm.
I had like a whole month or month to 2 months, because originally I was doing it like every single week before, and I had a whole month to 2 months of just admin. So I called it like Admin Appreciation Month.
Okay.
Months,
Yeah.
where I just interviewed them, and I did that, and I've had musicians on, like I've had Oswin on there as well. And I even had last week or 2 weeks ago, I had myself, and you're wondering who may the guest host be? Well, Oswin did it, and thank God she did an amazing job.
She's awesome.
But
Yeah.
not like thank God in a bad way, like thank God it was like she didn't put like those hard-hitting questions like, are you married? Where do you live? What's your social security number? Stuff like that. Like really hard-hitting questions, ones that makes me like think deep, kind
Yeah.
of.
I mean, I hope you know your social security number and your birthday. I hope it's not that hard to pull that out.
Social security number is another question.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, that's cool. I mean, and that's very similar to kind of like what we're doing right now. So I think that's really cool. And Hano, you do the Hano live. That's like your main, that's your baby right there.
That's my baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been carrying Hano Live even before it was called Hano Live.
Mhm.
I've been carrying it ever since August, I think it was. Yeah, August. It was my first show. I've been carrying it through different companies and hosts. First of all, I was hosted by Nappy, the one responsible of Fail to Render, one of the other, AltSpace main events. And Nappy, when he heard me at one open mic, he told me, "Hey, you sing really good. You need your own show." And he kind of convinced me to have my own show. Not only, I mean, because when I started, I was only singing on open mics, and it wasn't because I was looking for an audience or something. I was just trying to sing
because you like doing it.
Because I love doing it, and because I spent like 6 months without singing to anyone, and I was like, all right, this is my fucking therapy right now.
That's like, amazing.
I need to sing. And this guy told me, "Hey, why are you singing only at open mics? You have to have your own show." And I was like, "Oh, well, yeah, I would love to have a show, but who would I be paying to?" Oh, because by the way, here in Argentina, if you're a musician, you have to pay to be on fucking stage.
Really?
That's
so weird.
So it's not weird. It's
backwards.
Fucking fucked up. That's what it is.
It is backwards from the US. They usually pay them to perform.
Right, because it's like a job.
Exactly. And when you actually get paid in Argentina, there's always someone that wants their cut. their
Oh,
cut.
sure.
I mean, they
Yeah.
are not performing, but they want their cut because they are helping you to sing. What you're not helping me.
Yeah,
You're just
right.
giving me the space. That's all. But anyway,
Yeah.
all of that was just to give a context that when Nappy told me that, I was like, what? But who do I have to pay to? No, you don't have to pay to anyone. All right. Okay. You only need a PayPal account and that's it. I mean, if you don't have Venmo or Cash App or whatever.
And that's just so
Just
people can
have a
donate,
PayPal.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, great. And how do we divide the cash or anything? I was asking him like, how do you get your part, because I'm used to
Right.
to
Yeah.
just give them someone money, and he was like, what? No, that
That's all
money,
yours.
it's all yours. You earn it. You're singing. I'm not singing. I'm just giving you the space. And I was like,
This is it, man.
I
This
finally get money.
is it. Yeah.
it was ridiculous. In 2 months, I made more money than my
That's
whole
what you were
life in
saying,
the
man.
fucking underscene.
Dude, that's awesome. That's so cool.
It's
and-
awesome, and at the same time, it's like it speaks very bad about the Argentinian scene, actually.
It
But
does.
anyway,
Yeah. But-
someday we will learn. But anyway, yes, Hana Live is my baby, thanks to Nappy.
Yeah.
Then I've been hosted for a few months. I've been hosted by Old Person, another character from Old Space, a great character, a good friend. He's been a good friend to me. And then I arrived to, first the vlog and then VR Forward. And
That's awesome, man.
I've been carrying it since then. So far, it's almost the only show I've been hosting. I'm not actually kind of hosting, I'm singing.
Yeah.
And after that,
It's like a virtual concert, though.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
virtual
awesome.
concert. And so far, it's been amazing. People is enjoying it very much. They always tell me that they are very happy because it's like the closest they are to actually be back.
Yeah.
to
I
actually
totally agree.
back on a real live show, because the energy, all we do, when I'm singing, I'm always I turn into a, I'm not, I mean, I do not turn into a whole new person. It's the same Hano, but
You're just expressing your
multiplied
inner-
in a million times. It's like,
Yeah,
so it's like
right.
a million times Hano might be a little hard, but anyway,
A little much. No, I'm just kidding.
a little way too much. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Hana Life's been my baby.
That's
But
awesome.
maybe in the future I might be having a new event.
Oh, very cool.
Maybe.
Not
Maybe.
not
Sneak peek.
saying not.
Maybe
That's
I'm doing. Maybe I'm making people sing instead of me, because I'm
Yeah.
getting tired. I'm getting tired.
You're getting
of,
tired in
you
your
know,
old age. I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'm getting tired of singing. I want to hear any new people. So maybe
No,
I'm
that's really cool.
making people sing in our future show.
Yeah.
But I can't say anymore.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Hush hush.
I'm just leaving that.
Mic
Mic
drop.
drop.
Like,
Mic drop.
figure it out yourself. Goodbye.
Dude, no, I wanted to say I listened to a clip that was on your guys' Instagram for VR Forward of Hano singing, and I was just like, man, you sing really good, man.
Oh,
I think it was the Pearl Jam one that you had on there.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
that
fucking
one.
We
good,
have,
man. I gotta say, I love Pearl Jam, and you fucking nailed it.
Oh man, you definitely you have to get in. I mean,
need to come
Hana's like,
watch.
Hana's like,
you
have
shouldn't
to
be
come
watching.
live.
You shouldn't be watching Instagram videos. You should be on their shows.
I know. What days do you do yours, Hano?
Usually we do it every other Monday. Actually, next Monday we're having Hano Live.
Mhm.
We're having a really, really, really interesting guest. He's one, or at least in what I think, he's one of the best male performers in all space. I met a lot of performers, but damn, this guy, Mo Chef, he's going to be the opening act. And it's kind of hard because it's like, oh my god, this is one of the best male performers in old space,
that's awesome.
and then I'm going up. Oh my god, it's
You
like
can do it. I believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
the stick is up, you know. And
I'll
it's
have to
like
see. I'll have to see if I can stop in for that one. That would be really cool.
that will be really awesome. It's going to be 8:30 p.m. Eastern. 8:30
Okay.
Eastern, right? Loco, help.
How are
Hey,
you
there.
asking me as an active channel coordinator?
Yeah,
Like
8:30.
I'm the one that changes it.
Hey,
8:30
Yes.
p.m. Eastern.
8:30.
And with Moshev as an opening act, I hope to see you there. Because
yeah, man.
it's going
I
to
would
have
love to.
it's going to be a gas, man. Going to be a gas.
That's awesome. And Loco, and I think, and we're doing the Locos talking hour after this. So, and you said it's every other Friday, right?
Yes.
At 9:00.
Friday. At 9 p.m. EST.
Okay, cool. All right, let's see what else we got here.
What's going on at that background? Oh
Man,
my god.
we got a lot of dogs. They're going wild. They gotta go. They gotta go pee.
Wild. They're desperate. Look at that.
That's right. I know. Let's see. What motivates you guys to do the shows and venues and stuff and kind of hosting a lot of this stuff in VR?
Well, a lot of stuff. In my case, at least, it's like, it's a mix between what I've been telling you already, like, the therapy, the need to sing to an audience while we are still in this terrible situation where musicians can't go on stage. There has been a few tries here to make shows, to get shows back, but they didn't work. So it's therapy. It's a mix of therapy. I see it as well as a job. So, to help the income increase. The motivations are like lots, It's a mixture of therapy, making money. I don't see that as a fucking taboo, I don't see it like something like that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. We all got to make money somehow, and you might as well do it doing something you're passionate about, but also giving something back to people.
Exactly, and that takes me to the other thing. It's not a taboo because I get money because I'm giving something. I'm not telling people beforehand, like, hey, pay me this to watch me singing, and then you get the surprise, like, oh, this guy sings awful. No,
it's all donation. I just perform,
up to the people. Exactly, and it's up to you to say, hey, I like your show, I don't like your show, and of course, if they can, and also what motivates me, it's making the VR scene grow bigger, because there is the future. Because this first pandemic had to end, but when a new stuff happens that get us in our own bedrooms again, we will be here already. So we will be offering new content, and we will be offering a good quality stuff to the people. Yeah. So what motivates me, it's a mixture of all of that. It's and to keep doing it, of course, because I love singing. It's like that's the main of all. I love performing. It doesn't matter if we have one person in the audience, or if we have the full. Of course, we prefer the full house, but but if there's only one person on that audience, that person deserves the best.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you gotta transform into, I don't know, fucking god on stage, only on stage. But once you're off stage,
You're
get
not
back.
God anymore.
Exactly. You
yeah.
get back to the human being you are. I mean,
Yeah.
but
It's
when
an
you're on
amazing
stage, you
feeling.
gotta give it all. Once you're on stage, you gotta
Yeah.
give everything from you, and that motivates me a lot because I love burning calories.
Yeah, you
That's awesome,
dancing
man.
around up there.
Yeah,
man.
there's actually there are some videos in my Instagram, but in my personal not VR Instagram,
Yeah.
where I have a full show. I think actually it was the first show. I have the full first show, and I was sweating because I was dancing, jumping, and everything in my own room. But it's terrible because people in VR, the only thing they could see, it was my avatar holding still
Just
because I
standing
was
around with his arms
exactly
wide.
because I was 2D yet.
Dude, that's awesome. That is so cool.
Got it.
What about you, Loco?
So what motivates me to do my events is just like making people's day, essentially, like making experiences that they won't forget. Like when people come in to VR, they want to escape from their real life situations, this pandemic, like anything that's going on in their real life. They just want to come in. So I want to make it like feel like they're actually away from home, away from their real life, like essentially in another world, basically, where they can tune out everything in the back. And that's why I like to do events, because I'm like, I want people to not feel like they're just coming into VR just to waste time. Like they're coming into VR to have fun and make new friends and all that. And that's what my events are aimed to do, is help, like, hey, if you want to do this and make new friends, come to this event. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of people. You can make new friends.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. That is really cool. Oh, it looks like like Hano dropped out for a second there. There
What
he
happened?
is. Like your video went away, but then it came back.
Oh.
So we're good. You're good.
We're good.
No, that's awesome. I mean, it's great to see, like you guys are looking to better yourselves, but also help, others within everything that's going on to try and escape. But it's just it's a big passion that I see between both of you guys in your own ways, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Hold on
Sorry. I just want to add one more thing about that.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what gets the group all together, because the thing you will be finding that it's in common between all of the vlog team is that doesn't matter what
The
we
VR
are
forward
doing,
team, you mean,
VR
Hana?
forward, the VR forward team. Oops.
You do
We
that
can edit
every
this
once
part.
in a while, but don't worry.
We
You'll
can
get it
edit
down.
that part. Oh my god.
It's okay.
When you're talking with the whole VR forward team, you will find that we are all passionate.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what we're doing. If we're doing a talk show, a music show, if we're only modding or doing the socials or whatever, we're very passionate about it, and that's kind of what brings all together. It's like,
Yeah, I see the way you guys work together and the way that you guys back each other up. I think it's amazing, And again, to go back to the fact that it's like you guys have never met in person, but you guys all have the same passions, but in different fashions. But you guys are all there for one another, like a family, and I think that's like extremely important, and also just phenomenal that it's able to even ever occur. You know what I mean? It's just by happenstance, some of these events just happen and put you guys in this situation together, and then you guys make magic. You know what I mean? So,
well, I don't know if it's magic, but thank you.
it is.
Yes.
It really is. I mean, I think jumping into AltSpaceVR, I've never experienced anything like that. And I've been into VR for a long time, just playing different VR games and being like blown away just by like the fidelity that they're able to pull through with certain games. But then being able to have like a social sort of space where you guys can come and hang out, and bring in other people and have experiences that we can't have right now that are almost just as close, even though it's not super realistic looking. Like it is kind of cartoonish, but your mind doesn't really think about that when you're just involved in having fun. Again, to go back to the St. Patty's Day thing, like after Hano, after you left, me and Hunter had like an hour-long conversation to the point where we turned around to look to see who was still there, and the whole dance floor, everybody was gone. Like it was literally just me and Hunter, Loco and Bella and Moira and the other guys were all just like talking around the stage, and we were just like, we should probably go see what's going on because I think everybody left.
you were kind of John Travolta in Pulp Fiction, like.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Oh my God, that's the perfect fucking comparison I can make. That was exactly, yeah. And we were just like, I was that point, like my mind broke because I was like, I've literally just been like standing here drinking as if I was at a fucking bar, talking to somebody like a friend about video games and whatnot. And then I turn around to realize like, oh, it's already 2 a.m. Last call, guys. I guess we got to get out of the bar. You know what I mean? Like that kind of sensation. And that's like
worst. There are worst ways to break your mind, realizing how deep you are in
it's totally
VR, like falling asleep while you are in VR.
Hano, you have fallen asleep in VR so many times.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Two times.
Hey,
Two times.
Live
and
for
those 2 times, I was like, when I woke up and I was in the fucking space, it was like my mind couldn't process the thing. It's like, what?
And that's fucking crazy.
Am I still dreaming? I'm in a cartoon world and everyone's like, on me, like, hey, wake up.
And you were still in the event too. You weren't even in somebody's home space or anything. You were in the event and fell asleep.
Oh goodness.
My God.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Let's see. So I guess if somebody were to try and get into like what you guys are doing within AltSpaceVR per se, what kind of stuff would they need to get set up, or whether it's like, getting a Quest or Quest 2 or whatever, or even some of the, like, because I know, Hano, you said you started working in 2D for a while before you even started in VR. So what kind of stuff would you need to get in place to get like something set up for like a venue or a show?
Well, first of all, you gotta be passionate about it, first of all, because fortunately, when you get in AltSpace, when you get into AltSpace, it doesn't matter if you have a headset or not. You can already have your show set up already, because there's a really, really, really great community that will help you. Just the way they helped me, just the way they helped Loco back then as well, just the way they helped every and each one of us that got into AltSpace, and it didn't matter if we had a Quest or not. So it doesn't matter if you have a PC, it doesn't matter if you have a Quest, an HTC, a Valve Index, whatever. If you have a Valve Index, hats off. All you have to, you need to have your heart and your will, and of course have some ideas, because you can have the best art of the world, but without ideas, you can't go anywhere. But heart and mind, those two are, at least that's what I think.
You guys,
and at least in AltSpace, all you need is healthy mind, healthy heart.
Do you feel like it's pretty easy to code within AltSpace to set up an event? Like if somebody wanted to jump in and do something like that, is it?
It really is. It's literally like how the website is. It's like you put your name or the name of the event, the time you want to host it, what day you want to host it, what time. And then if you want it featured, you have to have a certain size title, image.
Okay.
And then if you don't want it featured, then, or main evented, they switched it between then. So I keep saying featured.
I think that the hardest part, though, and this is because I know that, it's getting a world set up. But there's plenty of templates already, already built.
Yeah.
But I think that world building, that's the hardest part. And in that is where, well, it depends if you're using Unity or the same AltSpace kits. But if you're using the AltSpace kits, you need the headset. I mean, Quest 1, Quest 2, that doesn't matter, but you need a headset to make some world building with the AltSpace kits. But if you use Unity with your PC, you will be more than fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
So it's fairly simple to set up and on the website.
That's awesome. And I think you can use a lot of preset sort of venues if you don't want to create one or you haven't created one yet.
Yes.
This is my estimate. I think 6. There may be more or less. But
I think there are 6.
They have.
I think there are 6. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's awesome. What kind of advice would you give somebody if they're looking to do shows or venues within AltSpaceVR?
Now this is so the advice that I would have that I was given by one of my other friends is just like Hano said. If it's something you're seeking that you want to do, something that you've watched for a long time, like I watched talk shows a whole lot and I was like, I want to do that one day, something I want to try out. If it's something you want to do, something you're passionate about, something that you're like, I want to do this so bad, like urging to do it, just do it. Like you're going to feel uncomfortable the first like 1 or 2 times you do it. I felt the same way. I was uncomfortable like speaking because I was fairly new. I didn't have a lot of friends, and it is uncomfortable feeling like I can't do this. Right. But then after you do it, you're like, I can actually do this. I'm proud of myself that I actually can do it. So it's like, keep doing that over and over, and then you'll have the courage to keep doing it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, starting doing my podcast, and it was funny, actually. I listened to the very first episode that I put out the other day, just as like it was just like I needed to just do that because I feel like I've been doing a lot better lately. Like it's grown so much, and I don't even mean in like viewership. I just mean in myself and how I've organized it and how comfortable I am with it now. Where I like listening to the first one, I was just like, what was I doing? Like, like what?
You're basically scared at first, but then you get eased into like, oh, this probably is something I can do over and over.
Exactly. And and I every Monday I put out a like a motivational Monday post on Instagram.
I've seen that on Instagram.
Thank you. Yeah. So I do it either like a video or I'll do like just a picture and like some, like an inspirational something that I put out, words or whatever. But I think it was when I talked about podcasting and just like, don't wait until you have everything set up, like all you need is the ideas. Write down like an intro that you want to say like in the beginning to introduce yourself and what you're trying to talk about. If you're looking to do like a gaming podcast, just take down the games that you want to talk about, pick a couple news topics and just get into it. Like don't wait until it's perfect because you're not going to be perfect the first time.
Exactly.
It takes practice.
Anyway. I mean, anytime. I mean, what is being perfect? I mean,
right, exactly. The only way to get better is by doing it more and perfecting it because you get more comfortable the more and more and more and more you do it. So, I mean,
heart and mind.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I felt extremely humbled just listening back to the first episode and being like, oh my God, I feel so much better about what I'm doing now versus when I started this, and it's just
Yeah.
it's amazing,
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
I remember I remember listening to my first recordings when I started singing like that. These was like, I think it was 11 years ago, more or less. When I started singing, like when I told myself, "Oh, okay, I'm a professional of this. I want to be a professional singer."
Yeah.
I mean, I've been singing already like a few years before that, but
Mhm.
it was 11 years ago when I said, "All right, be professional about it." And I started recording stuff, and I started, practicing. I started go to classes, and I remember hearing my first ever recording. Oh, oh my God! Thank God I took those classes.
That that is funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're gonna finish off because I think we're about an hour right now. So we got the last two questions. If you were to
Mhm.
change anything within the VR space, or even like AltSpace VR, whether it's like immersion, mechanics, coding,
Do you
um,
have one more hour or?
pick one thing. Pick one thing that you could change about it. Anything, it doesn't have, it could be one thing specific or it can be in general, whatever you think.
Audio issues. Audio issues.
Oh yeah.
God damn it.
Oh.
Audio issues. The choppy audio that,
Mhm.
from time to time they appear, and they even have new audio issues, and they are still not working on it. AltSpace, come on.
Yes.
Work on
The one
that.
thing I can think of is like you and Oswin tried to sing together, and having to sync the audio up for all of that was probably the worst nightmare
Well,
you probably had to deal with, right?
actually, no. That was one of the easiest things we've ever done. That's surprising. When we sang with Oswin, it was so easy. I mean, we just set up the Discord call. She brought her bot into the show, and we tested it, and it was like, this is wonderful, just like that. There we go. I thought it was going to be a nightmare. I thought
That's
that.
what I thought too. I was like,
Everyone thought it was going to be a
Yeah.
how's this gonna
nightmare.
work?
It was like, okay, this is going to be, oh my God, we're going to suck so bad, blah, 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 blah. And when we played, it was like, it was one of the easiest things
Wow.
in my
That is
VR life.
surprising. That is very surprising.
It was
So
very pleasant,
I
very
think
surprising.
just being in like AltSpace VR, I think I have kind of noticed some of the audio getting choppy, even when you're just talking to somebody, and sometimes you
Mhm.
have to drop out and come back in.
Out of nowhere, it's like they go like,
Yeah, exactly. But I do have to say,
oh,
I,
sorry, I have to answer.
They said
yeah,
from Oregon.
Can you hear me now?
exactly. Yeah, I do. I do have to say though, AltSpace makes it extremely quick to jump out and come back in though.
Yes.
Like the launch and then getting back into the room you were in is like it takes no time at all, which I find like extremely
And-
amazing because most VR games when you jump out and jump back in, it takes quite a while to get back to where you were.
And
Yes.
I gotta give them, I gotta give them this. I mean, I know I talked about the audio issues, but the new update where you can automatically, once you get your headset and you get into AltSpace, now you are not going directly to your home space. You can go directly to the event you want, and it's like
Oh,
so much easier and so much faster. And it's like, oh man, hands down.
back into the
Hands
action
down.
This, is-
instantly.
this is an update that Keith has not seen yet.
Yeah, I haven't
Well,
been in a couple weeks now, so
That's brand new yet. That I think
Yes,
this,
like
they did it
this
week,
week,
right?
brand new.
week.
This week, brand new.
oh, nice. That's really nice to know.
It's really nice.
That's
And
awesome.
it's like, oh, these are the updates we need. These
Yeah,
were the
right.
updates.
Desire.
I mean,
Yeah.
and it's only going to get better, like you can
Yes,
imagine,
of
like they're always working on it and they're always looking on ways to improve it. And it seems like they take a lot of feedback from the people who are using it the most, which is the best part, I think.
That's surprising. I thought they weren't like listening to people that much, but I realized that they are. They are
Yeah.
listening to people every day. They're very active on the Discord. They are always receiving, comments and everything. But of course, you can't work at everything at the same time. You
Right.
gotta,
Focus on different
focus
things,
on
little
different
things.
things, and it's like it makes sense. But
Yeah.
they do work a lot, and hands down, I mean, I love AltSpace.
Yeah. No, it is great. It is probably, I think, my favorite in terms of like social sort of VR games. Out of any of them, I think hands down it is the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's surprising that it's not like when people in the even within the VR niche, it's not like the first option people
No.
speak about. They always
I didn't
speak
even
about
hear about
VR
it.
chat and
Like I
Rec Room.
heard about it
It's
like
like-
in whispers, but I didn't really
Yeah.
think about joining it. And like I heard about, VR chat, and I heard about
Rec Room
Room.
and everything. Yeah, but
Yeah, and like I had heard of AltSpaceVR, but I didn't know what it was or whatever. And then jumping in, I was like, wow, this is so much better than any of those.
yes, I
Like, and
agree.
why
That-
haven't people heard of this? Like, people need to start knowing about it, just not little kids.
Yes. Yes.
Keep the kids out.
Yes.
Stay in the rec room. Rec room is for you.
Don't
Exactly.
don't get me wrong. I love little kids when
Yeah.
they are out of the house.
We got
VR,
for
this is
Christmas.
my safe place from kids. So
Yeah. For Christmas we got our kids. My son is 7, and we have a daughter that's 10. We got them the Quest 2 for Christmas. And yeah, so we got I got them set up on Rec Room and stuff like that, so they could play with their cousins that are in another state and stuff. And it's it is cool for kids. Don't get me wrong. I think that is amazing that they have sort of something like that where it is more kid friendly. It's a little safer. You have to have the room code in order to join each other, so it has those safeguards in place. But yeah, we need something that's more mature, that's not as chaotic of a mess as VR chat.
Speaking about Rec Room, it was one of the. I don't know if you talked about this already or if you're about to talk about that, but
Oh, no, go
Rec
ahead.
Room was announced the money it would on the market. Rec Room is it was $2 billion, and it was kind of the same.
make it?
Not to make it the
earnings?
the value the value of the fucking
wow.
Rec Room app. It's the same amount that Facebook paid to Oculus when they bought it, and it's only one app. It costs the
That's wild.
same. It's the
As a
these
whole
apps have
company.
value. As a whole company, it has the same value of
That's
one
insane.
app. It's insane.
That
It's
is insane. Yeah, I totally agree. What about you, Loco? What would you change about it?
What I would change about AltSpace is, I wish my change was already accepted. I was wishing the menu would be a whole lot simpler.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. Actually, it kind of still is all over the place. It's you have to, in order to see.
As a
your work,
newcomer, I could say that it was a little difficult to navigate, but then when you guys showed me around, it helped certainly to kind of get more familiar with it.
Yeah, it's hard to navigate through there. So if they had a YouTube video in the app whenever you spawn in, or
Like a tutorial or something.
yeah, they have a tutorial, but it's this is how you move around. This is how
not so much as a lot of the other intricate stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you how to enable worlds so you can go places.
Right.
And I've had to tell 15 people, no, more than 15 actually, how to enable worlds, because they're my friend's going to this world and I don't know how to do it. How do I activate worlds? And I had to explain it to them because it's not explained on AltSpace.
No, they
you
don't.
had to ask.
Yeah.
In order to do
No,
it.
actually, I think you gotta go to AltSpaceVR 101 to
Learn
to
a lot of
actually
that
learn
stuff.
a lot of that stuff.
Mhm.
That's what I did. Even though I wasn't 2D, I went to AltSpaceVR 101 and it helps a lot. But people doesn't know that on first the first time they go into
Right.
VR.
Yeah, they
I
see
had no idea until you guys showed me.
they see
so.
AltSpace 101 and think it's a class, like you had to do homework and stuff
Mhm.
like that, not like a walkthrough.
Yeah.
That's what I've been
Yeah.
told too. They're like, is AltSpace 101 like a class where you had to go do homework? And I'm like, no, it's a tutorial.
Right. It's just a clever way to call it a tutorial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Like the actual tutorial, not the one you see when you first get
Right,
in.
exactly. Yeah. Okay, so last question, then we'll close out, and then we'll move on to the podcast. What's your favorite video game of all time?
Oh, easy. Monkey Island.
Hell yeah,
By
man!
far.
It's
By far.
a
And Guyver's Reboot, I'm a mighty pirate.
yes, dude. That is a great fucking game.
I already sent you. I think I did. Yes, I did.
You did.
I did send
Yeah.
you the picture where I impersonated Guyver's Reboot in VR, and
Yeah.
it was like, oh, man, this is so
Lord.
accurate. This is so accurate.
I also
Oh, my
noticed. I
goodness.
also noticed when you followed me not too long ago on Twitch, I saw the last name. It was Hano Threepwood,
It's kind
and
of.
I was like, "Yep, that makes sense."
I mean, I'm in love that much with that game, and it's
Yeah.
like
it's a masterpiece. It really is.
it's a masterpiece. But not only the first two games, I love the whole saga, the 5 games. Yes, I love Escape of from Monkey Island as well.
Yeah.
I love Monkey Island 4.
Yeah.
I love it, even though I know it's the weakest of the 5.
It is.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is, but that doesn't mean that it sucks. People, there's people that when they think about Escape from Monkey Island, they are like, "Oh no, that piece of garbage! Oh, I can't see this! Oh my God, my eyes!"
I'm blinded by the light.
Yeah. No, I
That's
totally
not-
see that because like
The only bad part is, spoiler alert, the fucking monkey combat. That sucks.
Da 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 da, not spoiler alert. Da da da.
Monkey combat sucks. The
Yeah.
robot monkey sucks. Yes, but the rest of the game, it's pretty good.
Good,
It's
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It has the classic Monkey Island humor and
yeah.
and
It
everything.
can't all
And
be
it's-
highs, you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah.
Guy
gotta
versus
have
Reboot
some
is in
lows
there.
To
You
reach
gotta
those highs.
exactly, but
Yeah.
but Guy Bruce is still there. LeChuck's still there. Elaine is still there. They are all still there, and they are still as lovable as always. So get them the love. Get them the
That's
love
amazing.
already. It's a masterpiece and a classic. You can't hate
It is.
Monkey
It
Island.
really is. Did they ever actually remaster it like they did with a lot of the other Double Fine games?
LucasArts remade the first two. The
Okay.
Secret and LeChuck's Revenge. Those two were remade
Was
by
that
LucasArts.
recently?
No, that was like 12 years ago, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it was 2009. Yeah, 12 years
Yeah.
ago. Oh shit.
Oh wait, no, you're right. Because I'm thinking, Sid Meier or not Sid Meier's, Escape from Monkey Island and all the Monkey Island games were not made by Double Fine,
Exactly.
which worked on Full Throttle and Grim Fandango and Day of
Exactly.
the Tentacle and stuff.
the
Those were different.
ones, the ones with Team Schafer, except the first two Monkey Island, all of them went to Double Fine, but the rest, but the Monkey Island franchise actually got bought by Telltale Games.
Yes, that's right.
And,
Yep.
I'm so worried about that because once Disney bought Lucasfilms and everything, I don't know. I mean, I'm almost like 90% sure that we're not going to see any fucking news from Monkey Island ever again. And it's like, because they have the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise and they certainly, they
Disney
won't.
owns them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney owns them. But now that Lucas, the game part,
It's not.
of
Yeah, because they're not
Now-
all under EA anymore.
they're not under EA
Yep.
anymore. That gives me a little hope. But
I
then
think we-
again,
I think
I
there's
mean-
there's a big enough fan base, I think, out there that enjoys those classics. I think we will see them eventually. I think we
probably.
just have to have the right developer kind of pick it up and take
Yeah.
care of it. You know.
yes, and at the same time, it's like maybe we should leave it just the way
That's
it
true.
is.
Yeah,
That's true,
there's always
if
that
you
thought.
keep-
Just leave it alone because it is
keep
just
pushing it.
it is just as good on its own.
Yeah,
It's not one of those games that really needs to be remastered. Like
exactly.
even Full Throttle and Grim Fandango, I went back to those games so many years
Oh,
after the fact, and it's like don't get me wrong, the Full Throttle and Grim Fandango, the remastered, I think they did a wonderful job with it. But it didn't. If they hadn't done it, I wouldn't be disappointed either. Though I think the games hold up really well on their own. I mean, they're not like super graphically intensive as it is, where it's like
I think that the
didn't
best thing
really
the
need it all that much.
Yes, the best thing they did to Grim Fandango is changing the controllers and putting an actual
you're
point
right.
and click mouse on
You
the
could
game.
actually walk, and it
That
wasn't
was
like the
like,
tank controls that they had from like Resident Evil.
That was like, oh, thank God. That
I
was
agree.
like, I mean, the rest of the game is pretty much the same, and they didn't even had to change the backgrounds because they were already renderized. They only kind of reshaped some of the 3D models, but the rest of it they just left it just the way it was. I mean, and they didn't even refill to make it widescreen. I mean, if you played it widescreen, the screen will only go wide.
Because Grim Fandango did that too. They just had like the decorative sides.
Exactly. They only.
I was
had
like, that's cool. I'm fine with that. You know,
I'm fine with that as well. Yeah, and you don't need it. You don't need it. The game is great the way it is.
Yeah.
But
I'm glad they kept all the artistic. What made it great initially, they kept it all the same.
Yeah, I don't think Grim Fandango was one of the most needed remakes of all time. No, it wasn't.
It
but
held up very well. But the controls, I totally agree with that.
But the controls, those are better. Those were needed. Those were needed.
Yeah. So, Loco, what would you say is your favorite game of all time?
That is a hard one because I've played a lot of video games.
I know, it's a very difficult question.
If it was a year ago, I would have said the Call of Duty franchise because that was my favorite. But now I'm like, it's getting old. You know, it's the same thing every year.
It is.
No.
It's never been one of my favorites, I'll say that.
Yeah.
I like more story-based.
I'm not a big fan of FPS. Don't kill me. Don't kill me.
I love FPSs, but I prefer an FPS with more story and things like that. So
I would have to say now it would be the Watch Dogs trilogy.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
I just love the hacking aspect of everything and just cruising around, especially the new one where you had to go around finding collectibles in order to have them. And
I do have to agree. I did like the first Watch Dogs game, but it did the main character was kind of lacking in his the voice acting. I think could have been done a little bit better. It was just kind of very flat.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Aiden Pierce was just like your cardboard cutout of
average
a character.
Joe.
Yeah. And then the second one, I didn't really care for it because I was before I played it, I was like, that doesn't really look that interesting to me. The first one was very dark and gritty. The second one was really happy. We're in California and San Francisco. But then I played it and I was like, wow, this is actually severely increasingly better than the first one.
I expected less from it. I was
right.
The last
gameplay wise, the combat and everything was so much better, which we'll get into a little bit of that in the podcast.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, let's shut this down, and then if you're watching this on the video version or an audio, whatever, go check out the podcast. I think you'll enjoy it. We're also gonna have these two lovely guys join me
Whoop, whoop.
as my right hand man
to
to talk about some video games. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. I am the Gamer Stash. And I am joined by Loco and Jano. Loco, where can people find you at?
People can find me on Instagram and Twitter at LocoPants245, as well as where else can y'all find me? You can find us on our Facebook group at VR Forward. I believe it's VR Forward. I may be wrong about that. And you can find us anywhere else on our Instagram and Twitter. at _VR forward. Or
Okay.
no, VR _ forward. That's what I meant.
Okay. And I think you also guys got the website too, which is www.vrforward.co.
Oh,
Yeah.
Co.
yeah.
And what about you, what about you, Hano?
Well, you can find me also at Instagram mainly. I do have Twitter, but I'm more Argentinian there.
I'm not into Twitter very
So
much.
yeah,
So.
is anyone still on Twitter these days? Whatever.
It's really hard. It's really hard to. I think it's the
Uh,
connections and stuff are really hard to make versus
Yeah.
like Instagram. So
But Instagram is the place you gotta be.
That's right.
And there you will find me in my two accounts that are hanovocalman.vr. That's my AltSpace account. Like, well, it's my VR account, but so far it's only AltSpace images in there.
Yeah.
And you can find me if you want a face reveal, like besides this one right now, you can find me at hano.vocalman, and you will find me there.
And
Only
Hano's
pretty face.
luscious hair.
Oh,
His
Hell
luscious
yeah,
hair.
man. So
now
luscious.
you can't see it very much because of the headphones, but it's like, you know. Oh
He's
my
the. I'm telling you, man.
Hano looks
he's-
like a model. Like
Hano is the Fabio of Argentina.
Oh my god.
All right, cool. So
and
this is where
one
you
more
can find you
thing.
guys. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Please follow us on the channel at the AltSpace.
AltSpace channel, yes.
altvr.com/channels/VR forward. Please subscribe. We are only 17 subscribers away. Only 17 subscribers away from the first page. So if you get into AltSpace and you
Yes.
click on channels, you will be watching VR forward on top. Like, oh man, first page. Oh my god.
And
But-
even if you don't have an AltSpace account, go download AltSpace on your computer, sign up, and just subscribe anyways. You know.
There you
Yes.
go. Yeah. So find
And
these
then you can
guys in
subscribe
AltSpace VR. That's the best place to go find these guys. So, all right, that is all the time we have for today's content creation corner. Thank you, Loco. Thank you, Hano. You guys are awesome. And this
Thank
was
you.
a pleasure to get you guys on and talk about what you guys do.
It's
So
a pleasure talking to you.
thank you. Appreciate it. And also go check out the Talking Hour because I will be on that too. My stash and myself will be making an appearance together.
you are kind of. Do you remember Friends? You know
Yeah.
Richard. We are all going to wear that mustache because of you.
Oh my God, that is
We're all gonna come out. And he's gonna have the mustache.
Dude, that would be amazing. That would be awesome. All right, guys, have a good night. Like and subscribe. Check out the Digital Denizens podcast. Check out Loco and Hano with VR Forward and AltSpaceVR. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye,
Thanks, guys.
Just hands.
You are listening to Digital Denizens.